Hi guys, Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Hallelujah. It's your girl Wambo once again. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are a returning subscriber, we love you. God bless you. If you are a new subscriber, feel at home. You are in the right place. Please feel free to share, like, subscribe, and comment down below. I love you all. It's our day, Motivation Monday. Life is a journey, and we are all running our race. We are not promised of 100% blessings. We are not promised of 100% good times. We are not promised that tutaishi maisha mazuri all through. There are times life will be bad. There are times we feel like we don't want to live again. Kuna times itafika hata you regret ever coming to this world. But when this time comes, you shouldn't blame God. When this time comes, you shouldn't question God. Avoid so much questioning this God. Avoid so much leaving this God. Avoid so much kuacha kufanya kenye God amekwambia ufanye just because you're going through hard times in your life. Just because you're going through a point in life that you don't understand what is happening. Things aren't normal as they used to. When you get to this point, because I've had testimonies from people, mtu anaambia watu, this is the reason why I stopped believing in God. This is the reason why I stopped going to church. They are now blaming God for things that are happening in their lives. They are blaming God for things that people do to them in their lives. They're also blaming God for choices they made, the wrong choices they made. Let me tell you one thing. In life, usiwahi fika to a point you're questioning God. Usiwahi fika to a point unapigia Mungu kelele. Ati unaambia God, you're not supposed to be doing this. God, why did you allow this to happen? No, you shouldn't do that. Avoid so much questioning God. In the Bible, there's a man called Job. Job lost his properties, akapoteza watoto wake, yeye mwenyewe akagonjeka. And he didn't even curse this God. He didn't even question this God. He was so weary. Maisha ilimsukuma to a point, he cursed the day he was born. But his faith was being tested. Now imagine wewe unapigia God kelele and your faith is being tested. Huh? Mungu ana according to that story, Shetani alienda kwa God God akamwambia, umeona this man, this is my child, very blameless. Mungu anamtetea kwa Shetani, lakini Shetani anaambia Mungu ni kwa sababu umempatia mali. Otherwise kama ungekuwa umempatia, hangekuwa anakuamini, hangekuwa anakufuata. Now put this in your life. Wewe mwenyewe, God is talking, anakutetea kwa Shetani. God knows you're able to overcome this. Anajua you will be blameless at the end of this situation. Alafu wewe you're cursing this God, you're questioning this God. Unaambia watu ati this is the reason why siendangi church, this is the reason why I won't believe in God anymore, because people are doing this to you, because people did this to you. Hey, the relationship between you and God should be between you and God. Why are you allowing people to destroy the relationship between you and God? Why is the situation of your life allowing you to destroy the relationship between you and God? God has, in the book of Corinthians, he says, no temptation has seized you that is not common to men. Kwa hivyo this temptation that you're going through, this situation yenye uko, it is so common to men. Si wewe wa kwanza kupitia, and you won't be the last. And there's a reason for everything. He says nothing comes, as in hakuna kitu inamtokeanga na nyuma. He knows everything. Before it happens, he allows it to happen. Na ni yeye alikubalisha hiyo kitu enye imekuhapenia ihappen. And it is for a reason. You're not supposed to question God. You're not supposed to blame God. You're not supposed. Actually, he says, with thanksgiving in your heart, come to me. Share your needs. Go to God, make him your friend. Mlilie, umwambie God, your will is hurting me, but hata kama inani hurt, I will still do your will. Jesus cried at the cross, Eloi, Eloi, why have you forsaken me? He cried and the Lord withheld his hands. The same way the Lord has withheld his hands from your situation. Alikubali tu ifanyike. It's because he has a purpose for you. He thinks better than you do. He knows better than you do. He's the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. He holds the future. It is because he lives. He died on the cross, yes. He is risen. He holds the future, and we are more than conquerors through him. We can overcome it. Let us avoid blaming God. Let us avoid questioning God. Si ati natetea God, anaweza jitetea, but it pains so much ukisikia mtu akisema I stopped believing in God because this man did this. Human beings, hii ni mwili, this is the flesh, na it is being controlled by the king of this world, but there is a spirit that is being controlled by God. Give God a chance in your life. Let God do his will upon your life. Mpe tu nafasi. Stop questioning him. When things are tough, thank him. When things aren't good, just thank him. Mwambie, Lord, this is what is happening. It is not easy for me. Niwezeshe tu Bwana. But avoid blaming God. Avoid doing things that don't please him just because men did this. God is preparing your testimony. God is preparing something great for you. Give him a chance. Mpatie tu your chance. With thanksgiving, God, yes, my children have been battered by people in church. God, I thank you because of the time you've given me with these kids. Ni asante Mfalme. Now that they are gone, give me the strength. Give me the strength to continue trusting in you, to continue depending on you. Nisisimamishe uhai wangu Mfalme. Help me, God. That's how you should approach God. But avoid questioning God. Avoid blaming God. The story of Joseph in the book of Genesis. Joseph ameuzwa, kwenye ameuzwa pia amewekwa jela, but he still didn't blame God. He still didn't question God. He was so innocent, and he knew he was, but he really trusted in God. Ilibidi trust God just because he knew that the Lord has a better plan for him. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they say they will not bow down to King Nebuchadnezzar and their gods. Why? Because they knew the Lord who has power is able to rescue them. Na hata akawaambia, even if he will not save us from this fire, we will still not bow down to these gods. May we get to that point. Instead of blaming God because of things are tough in us, instead of questioning God because things are tough, we thank him. With thanksgiving. God is moved by our thanksgiving. God is moved by our praises. God is really moved. Stephen is being killed, but instead of telling God, why are you allowing this to happen to me? And I've served you and I've known you. This is what he's telling God. Receive my spirit, O God, and forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. Now may we get to this point. The point we need to tell God, yes, God, even if this you will, it hurts, but I will still stick to it. I will still stick to this will because it is your will, and I know I'll come out victorious. I'll come out as a king. I'll come out as a winner because I'm following your will. He created you with a purpose. And whatever is coming your way, inakuja because God has a purpose for you. God is preparing your testimony. But you should not blame God. Avoid blaming God. Avoid questioning God. Avoid not doing what the Lord has asked you to do just because things are happening. Avoid that. Ngano na magugu zinamea pamoja until the time of harvest. Ndio Mungu atatuanisha magugu na ngano, atazitenganisha. He's going to show his real people and the people who pretended, who are hypocrites in church. But as long as we are in this world, we must be tempted to look back. We must be tempted. Na vitu zinaweza come our way. Job had every reason to question God. Job had every reason to curse God. Remember his wife anamwambia, curse this God and die. Life imemsukuma to that point, and instead of questioning God, instead of cursing this God, he curses the day he was born. He curses the day alizaliwa. The same way you cannot question your mom ati umwambie ama your parents umwambie ninakula shida hii dunia kwa sababu ulinizaa, you could have let me died. In the same way you're not supposed to question God. God has a purpose for you. Make him your friend. Make him your closest friend. Speak to him. Imagine ni yeye peke yake anaweza. Ni yeye peke yake anaweza kufungulia hiyo njia. Ni yeye peke yake anaweza kuwezesha kustahimili katika hiyo condition. Ni yeye peke yake. He's the only one. And if you're not ready to let him be, don't question him. Don't blame him. Just remain silent. Na kama umemake a decision of avoiding going to church, kama umemake a decision of avoiding believing to God, make it peke yako. Stop telling people, this is the reason why I stopped going to church. This is the reason why I stopped doing this. Stop. Kwa sababu mwenye alikuanga ana decide kuenda church, akisikia story yako, asikie decision umemake, he or she will conclude hivyo ndio kanisa zote zinakuanga. Hivyo ndio watu wote wa Kristo wanakuanga. Na hapo you misleading a soul. Unamtoa katika ufalme wa Bwana. You misleading a soul because you will think all Christians are murderers, all Christians are gossipers, all Christians don't love. Make it your own decision. Say it is my personal decision. Wacha kuinclude watu. Stop making it be ijulikane na watu. Imagine me coming to tell people at he stopped going to church because these people gossiped, because these people didn't show me love. My relationship with God is personal. It is at a personal level. God called me alone. And if he called me alone and I refuse to go, I will refuse alone. Acha niache kubeba watu. Let me not give answers to people. No. Afadhali waambie watu you're taking a break. Because you can no longer trust this God. Afadhali waambie watu you trying to rediscover your path, your salvation path. But don't tell people it is because Christians did this, because churchgoers did this. You're misleading a soul. Fight your battles. Let the Lord fight them for you. Stop fighting your own battles. You cannot make it alone. You will never make it alone. He called you his friend because he knows. He says he's the good shepherd. He protects us. Na at the end of it all, in the book of Psalms 23 anasema, waandaa meza mbele yangu machoni pa watesi wangu. Yes, God is going to prepare a table in front of your enemies. That is if you continue trusting in Him, if you continue depending in Him, if in all that situation you trusting this God, if in this situation you thanking God, there is always a reason to thank God. There is always a reason to worship the Lord. There is always a reason to praise the Lord. Na hakuna reason, there is no reason for you to blame God. Hakuna, there is no reason. Akwambia, even if it's a situation or a generation that in your family every person is dying, you as in nyinyi ni mazishi tu, there's always a reason why you should always thank God. Msikuwe followers wenye walikuwa wanafuata Yesu kwa sababu ya mikate. Follow Jesus because you know who he is. Mungu ni zaidi ya vile watu wanasema. God is more than what people say. He needs you to be intimate with him. He needs you to understand him. Guys, avoid so much. Avoid kabisa to blame God, questioning God, and misleading people. Kataeni kabisa. Life, you can be weary. Refuse that your will may be done, but the will of God to be done. Kataa mapenzi yako ifanyike. Kataa. Fear the one who is able to destroy both the body and the soul, not the one who is able to destroy the body alone. He who is in you is greater than he who is of the world. So hata kama this world itakupatia pressures that you're not comfortable living here, fear the one who is able to destroy you, both the body and the soul. Fear the one who is greater than the one who lives in this world. Don't question God. Avoid or stop kabisa, stop kabisa questioning God. And if you reached to that point to kambia God, Lord, you're the reason this has happened, God sijui nini, ask for forgiveness. He is a merciful God. He forgives. Yes, si kama mwanadamu. He says my thoughts and your thoughts are so far. Ni kama binguni na dunia. Very different. And wewe unaweza fikiria ni Mungu anakuonea that things are happening in your life, but no. Si Mungu anakuonea. God is preparing a testimony. He is preserving you for a great testimony. A testimony that will change people's lives. A testimony that will bring people to him. Itavutia watu kwake. But now imagine if you're questioning this God. Imagine if you're questioning this God. If you stopped following him. Where is your testimony going to? Where is your testimony going to? Unaelekea wapi? Let us stop blaming God. Let us avoid blaming God. Hata kama things might be so tough. Avoid kabisa. It's better to remain silent than to question God. Ni afadhali kunyamaza kuliko kupigia Mungu kelele. Nimesema sitetei Mungu, God can. But I need you to learn how God works. Paul said, I have fought a good fight. I have kept the faith. You see a mazishi. It is Paul who said those words. Because he was stoned almost to death. But he still trusted this God. John akiandika the book of Revelation, ako kwa mafuta, anachemshwa, but he still trusted in this God. I don't think your situation is more than that. to a point unafikiria you can question God, to a point unafikiria you can hurt this God. Unaweza, you can't, of course huwezi mhurt, but unaweza blame hati Mungu, ni kwa sababu yako this is happening. Why have you allowed this to happen? Lord, I don't care why, but as long as it is your will, I'm ready to go through it. There is light at the end of the tunnel. God is your refuge. God is your rock. Mwachie everything. Surrender everything to Him. Let Him take control. But don't blame Him. Don't question Him. Go to His presence with thanksgiving in your heart. Sema ni asante. Ni asante God that you made me fall in love with this man, na sahi niko na mtoto, he has left me. God, thank you. Thank you for blessing me with the fruit of this womb. Kuna wengi wanatamani watoto na hawana. God, thank you. Sasa zingine hata we are blaming God for decisions we made on our own. Maybe God alikuwarn before you fall into that trap. Alikwambia this is not the right man. Yani your concerns will go in a field to he's not. But you went ahead against your concerns. Yani you are not okay with it, but you still forced yourself to do it. Now that your man has left you, now that this man raped you, now that this man did this to you, alikubia hata mali, you now questioning God. But in real sense, God alikuwarn before you fall into that trap. And you think it's an easy thing? It's not. Avoid blaming God. Avoid questioning God. Stop it if you're doing it. Ask for forgiveness now. The time is now. Because you'll need Him one day. You'll need this God mwenye una question hivyo. Utamuhitaji one day. What will you tell Him? He is full of mercy. He loves you all. He understands you all. And because He's a good God, He knows pain. He felt it when Jesus was crying. He held His hands. He didn't work, by the way. He had the power kufanya Yesu asikufe. He had. Hiyo power alikuwa nayo that time. It's the same power He has. But He allowed Jesus to die for us to gain victory. And today we are more than conquerors. The same way He held His hands, alijishika tu hivi, seeing His son die. He's seeing the pain in Him. Akilia, Eloi, Eloi, why have you forsaken me? It's the same thing He saw when you are suffering. It's the same thing He sees. But He has to do this for a greater testimony. Today we are saved because Jesus died. Our sins are paid. He paid the price for us. Maybe you're paying us a price for your future. You're paying a price for your generation. Maybe something good is coming out of that situation. Just trust God. But avoid blaming Him. Come to Him with thanksgiving. Talk to Him with thanksgiving. And let Him know that you're ready to do His will. That you're ready to do His will. Beba msalaba wake. Carry the cross for Him. Follow Him. Know Him. But don't leave God because of people. Don't leave God because of actions done by people. Ukiniangalia hivi, you won't know if I'm a devil worshipper or I'm a Christian. So even if I do every action, I do it because of the King who is in me. So don't leave God because of people. Let it be your own reason, not because people caused you to. Don't. That is my word for you today. Don't blame God because of situations in your life. Don't question God because of things happening in you. Trust God. Depend on Him. Surrender to Him. He is faithful. And God doesn't want a perfect person. He perfects us. He's the one who perfects us. So hahitaji kuwe perfect. Just come to Him. Just talk to Him. Make Him your friend. And He will surely, 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 surely give you a testimony. But avoid blaming Him. That's it for today. God bless you so much for listening. May the Lord help you. May He help you to trust in Him and to depend on Him. May He help you follow Him. May He help you be with Him and fight and stay strong. May He strengthen you. May His presence be with you. For He is a faithful God. I love you all. It's your girl Wombo. Subscribe, comment, like, and share. Mungu awa bless sana sana sana. Thank you. Mwah.